a podcast talking about maternity, about pregnancy, about even parenting, talking about many things for women, if you want.
Okay.
So this with many specialists, dietitian, gynecologue, psychotherapist, psychology, many, and I use this episodes. We write them and we use it as content.
Okay, that's amazing. Yeah, that's great content. It's a lot of work also creating a podcast. I created one myself a few years ago. It's an amazing
Yeah.
experience, but you need to organize, well, create a script, look for content that the audience is asking for, look for the organization or the potential speakers. And then I guess you use this to drive traffic to your store, or what do you have? A shop or a
Yes,
service?
yes. I have a brand, maternity wear. That's why
Okay.
my podcast is for mamas.
Amazing. Okay,
Yes.
really good. And where are you promoting this podcast? In which
Uh,
platform?
Anghami and Spotify.
Okay,
Spotify
cool.
Anghami.
If
Super
you could
Mama's
share.
Diary. Yes, Super Mama's Diary by Salma.
Okay, can you type it in the chat so that we keep
Yes,
it for later as
yes.
well? Nice. Great, congrats. Okay, we have in the group, in the chat, you're now Navshin, you've
Yes,
used influencers, no, I guess.
yes. So there's an actress who recently got a national award, and she went to receive her award wearing one of our saris. It's a traditional wear in Bangladesh.
Mhm.
And we did this video clip as a teaser, her coming to the store wearing the sari, and we put it out on her Facebook page and ours as well. I got thousands of views. When we put it on
Oh,
Instagram, she
nice.
expanded, a lot of queries came. And then we went into making a smaller video where she actually talks about our brand, why she chose us, and we are yet to release that. But yeah, we found that it really worked for us.
Nice. That's super cool. And how did you go to select this influencer, and how did you contact this influencer?
So she first, well, her movie went into Cannes, and when the team went to Cannes, she chose another brand. So this actress, she kind of wants to also promote local fashion brands. So she kind of selects brands, and then when I got to know her, I met her a few times, and then I kind of told her that if you ever want to wear our brand, please let us know. So she actually got in touch when she went to get the award, and we worked towards this promotion.
Amazing. That's really cool. It would be great if you can share with us a link to the post.
Sure.
Yeah, and then we can see that as an example in a bit. Really cool. We also have, Crystal asking, how do you start a podcast to get to your audience? Well, here I guess that Salma can also help, and Dan, I know that Dan is also doing a podcast. But from my experience, so it's very easy to start a podcast. You know, it's not a complex thing to do, but it takes a lot of time. And what is key in the podcast world is to really understand what your audience wants to know about in a, let's say, in an engaging way, but also in a complete manner. In the sense that if, for example, if I am in the case of Salma, no? Salma has a business of maternity clothes, so she's looking for experts that are linked to that work, but not necessarily maternity clothes producers, no, things that are complementary to this world and that add some value to what to the business. She's talking about issues that worry the people who buy their her clothes. So you should be looking into what the demand is for information, and then create, you know, a plan and be also consistent. What I learned from my podcast experience was that whenever our podcasts were published in the same, you know, throughout the same periods of time, we had a bigger amount of follower increase. That was yeah, that corresponded. So if we were posting every 4 months, 4 weeks, like a podcast per month, the increase rate was steady and always increasing. But there was a time where we were very busy, and we only posted every month and a half, 2 months, and we saw that the increase was low, probably because our visibility in the social media platforms were was reduced as well. I don't know what your experience has been, Salma or Dan, in the with regards to the podcast, but what,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
did you start? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was in the first day in COVID-19, and I see that mamas need something. They need something. They need to hear something new. They need to hear something. If you want simple, my podcast is in the language, in Arabic language, in um, in the facile, in the simple Arabic language. It's so close to the mamas. Uh,
Mhm.
that's why it takes too much time to prepare it, but it's easy. It's something. How can I say? You feel that you give something from yourself to these mamas. You inspire these mamas. I like it too much.
That's great.
I
Okay.
think just to add to what
Yes.
Chris, Salma have both said, I think firstly, as I've been working on my podcast, the first step for me, Crystal, would be to create personas for your audience. You could certainly do some surveys, perhaps with if you already have existing customers for your product, you could do some surveys with them to shape your personas. And I'd be very happy outside of this call to share some of the tools that I've learned about to create those customer profiles and personas. And then secondly, once you have that profile or persona, you can then use a wide variety of AI tools, such as ChatGPT, to search for content which is aligned to those personas and your topic. And then thereafter, you can then create your script. And then I use a tool called Spotify Podcasters right from my phone. It's obviously low cost because I'm doing it on my phone as opposed to investing in equipment, which will come as a next stage. And this allows you to also collaborate with guests by sharing a link with them to collaborate with you in real time, where you can now record the audio, edit the audio, and then publish the content for free to various platforms such as Spotify itself, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, and other platforms as well. So that's the guidance I would give. Start by creating the personas so that you sharpen and you know exactly who your target audience is, and then use tools to generate the content. And then use a tool like Spotify Podcasters to actually do the work.
Exactly. Thanks a lot, Dan. I was also going to have a look about the other topic that was raised here by Grace. Sorry, by Grace, by Naushin, which is the influencer technique. So I was watching quickly the video that you sent. I will look at it later with also with sound. But I think what is important when you select an influencer, it's not just, well, of course, the visibility the influencer has. No, you mentioned someone who has been able to go to Cannes, so that's something huge. But sometimes we are not, especially as a small business, we're not able to go that far. We don't have the resources to work with this kind of influencers. So we really need to look into something that's called the engagement rate. And there are many pages that can tell you, so you copy and paste the link of the influencer profile on the social media you choose, and then it tells you the rate of engagement in that social media profile. And this rate of engagement, what it does, it divides the number of posts by the number of followers, and it tells you how much the influencer interacts with the people who are following this influencer in each post. So it's really useful to see this. And many businesses say, what is the best rate to look into to select an influencer? So there's not an answer to that. It really depends on the type of influencer we are talking about. For example, I want to show you this graphic. So this is a tool that as I was telling you. So here you type the profile, and then it will tell you the rate of the influencer. There are many types of influencers here. We have nano influencers, which go between 1K and 10K. We have micro influencers from 10K to 100K followers, macro, so over 100K, and then celebrities, which have more than 1 million. And this is the suggested percentage that influencers should have in these platforms to be good enough, let's say. So when you say, what would be the idea, the best rate for the engagement rate for an influencer, it depends on the type of influencer and the type of platform. Normally, the smaller, the fewer followers an influencer has, the higher the engagement rate should be, because they normally have more time to devote to this. They don't have so many followers to interact with, so it's easier to manage these conversations. But what I want you to take from here is that if you go towards selecting an influencer, check the rate, the engagement rate, and also take into account the number of followers they have to see what rate would be ideal for them. Okay, let me see the chat. So we also had a comment from Grace. So Grace is saying that they have not used social media before. What kind of business do you have, Grace? Can you let us know?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, we sell insurance. We are an insurance agency.
Okay.
So we
where?
offer services. Based in Kenya.
Okay.
Williams Insurance, yes, based in Kenya. And we have not used social media before. We have not used anything, yeah.
Never? And since when do you assist?
Since when?
Yeah.
Since 1999. It's an old company.
Since 1999. Okay, wow. So you're super established. And what was the reason why you've never used social media?
Imagine there's no reason, because we actually get our clients from word of mouth marketing. That's how we've been, and that's how we've managed. But now we realize that we need to go on social media.
Yeah. From the audience here, so Salma has an insurance business. Sorry, Grace has an insurance business in Kenya. This is a service company. That doesn't mean that you don't need social media, not at all. Social media is for any type of business. You just need to select wisely the platforms, not be on all of them at the same time. So from the audience, what would you suggest Grace chooses as a first start? How would you recommend her to select a social media platform? Any ideas?
So Grace, this is Dan here. I did some work in Kenya some time back, and I remember Facebook was a popular channel that people use. I don't know how it is now. You can educate me. But looking at how long your business has been operating, I think you'd probably have quite a number of your customers who use Facebook, and perhaps you could leverage them to give testimonials about the services that you offer. Perhaps you could choose somebody who has possibly even used your service for more than 10 years, since you've existed for quite some time. That would give a lot of credibility. And generally in sub-Saharan Africa, as mentioned, the use of Facebook is very prominent. You could also, depending on the age group of your customers, you could also explore something like TikTok. As you know, the younger audiences have a shorter concentration span, and TikTok generally is good for short bursts of information. So I would suggest Facebook as a first one, and leverage your existing customer base to help you penetrate.
Yeah, great, Dan. I wanted to share. There are many, many reports out there. There is one that I really like that shows an analysis of the social media platforms in each country. And here I wanted to share the one for Kenya. So here, Digital 2023 Kenya. It tells you, it's a bit macroeconomic at the beginning. It tells you a bit the age, people are using this. We see that, of course, the population is young, so we should also see there what kind of platforms is using who. But where I wanted to go is here. Yes. So so here, it analyzes all the different social medias. It says here that Facebook decreased in the number of users, but still it's super high. So the same, it goes through all the different platforms. You should look into that. Probably if you are an insurance company, it would be great, as Dan was mentioned, that you create a Facebook profile, and then probably LinkedIn if it's targeting, B2B, and I don't know, probably even WhatsApp to answer to questions more in a quicker way. WhatsApp also has this functionality of WhatsApp for Business, and I believe it's also used in Kenya a lot. So you can check into that. But take into account, of course, the end user that you have to select the platform. If you have any questions, Grace, while you create your social media presence, feel free to ask on Income Connect. We're there to help.
I like what you've said, and I like the ideas. I've actually noted them down. The idea of testimonials is very good. And the idea of using one client who has been there for more than 10 years is also a good idea. And the young ones, TikTok, yes, I think it's a way to go. I would love you to share this report, the analysis that you just talked about.
Yeah.
I'll appreciate so that I go through it. But thank you for the ideas. They are the best I've had so far. Thank you.
Be careful with TikTok as well, because it's widely used by young people, but it really depends on how you want to sell your business. TikTok, the focus of this platform is videos, short clips, and so it has to be you need to be creating content that's playful and engaging from the beginning. So you need to have time to dedicate to that as well. Okay. But you can always test, see how it goes, and if it doesn't work, open a different account. But it's nice that we have on Income Connect, we have a series of videos under the tab video tutorials that can help you create your presence. So go through them, especially you that you're initiating in this, and then we can see later to help you optimize it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do I have to get a manager for the info, or I hear people have to someone to manage the social media?
Like a community manager?
Yes.
it depends on how your business is established and how many how many clients you have. I mean, to start with, I mean, it depends on the resources you have. That's the first thing. If you have resources, yeah, why not hiring someone who can suggest the best strategy to move forward? But it's not compulsory. You can also do it yourself. It's not a difficult task. You need to read, see what your competition is doing, how analyze your competition. That's a good way to start. You know, see what they are doing with what platforms they are using, how they are transmitting their messages, what kind of content they are publishing in their social media. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
No worries. No worries. We have a question from Crizzle. How do you create a strategic, valuable, and playful content and build a brand? I'm really struggling. I just post videos with my product, but there is no strategy behind it. Okay, Crizzle, would you like to share your social media with us? We can do an optimization of it here. Okay, let's see. TikTok. Okay, could you explain a bit what you are selling? Can you unmute yourself and let us know?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I make animal jewelry with like positive messages. Yeah, inspired by like cultural folklore.
Okay.
Yeah, so in Ghana it'd be like Anansi the spider. I just started, so if you Google me, it's not that great.
Yeah, I was just checking whether you had more social media channels. Are you only on TikTok now, or?
I'm building an Instagram one, and then I have a website as well.
Okay, nice. Where are you selling from? Sorry.
So I'm based in the UK and Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
selling both places.
Okay, nice. Okay, so you are selling from Ghana to the UK. Is that your main target market, or you're selling worldwide from the UK? How is it?
Ghana. I'm based in Ghana. But then I also I sell in like the UK. And then I guess worldwide is like the goal.
Okay. Okay. So okay, to answer to your question, so you one of your challenges is to create a strategic, valuable, and playful content, and another one is to build a brand, right?
Yeah.
I guess, do you have something that's crucial, and it's
Like
so in a competitive market, it's very important to be well positioned, right? And how do we achieve positioning? One of the ways to do it is to have a consistent brand. Having a consistent brand that shows the values of what you sell and that is coherent with all the messaging across all the touch points of the brand, that will help you position your brand better and build your brand and create awareness about that brand. Once you have all the brand well established, that means your messaging. I of course didn't go through this, but I see that you have your story and social impact. So probably you seem to have worked well on your messaging here and on your social impact as well. Oh yeah, I can see here the mission, the values. This is part of your branding work. So once this is clear, and it seems that it is, you have to translate this into different types of content and different types of platforms. So now imagine you want to create content based on using your brand materials for a specific platform, let's say TikTok, which is the one that you've created. Here you need to use, of course, your logo everywhere, your name everywhere, and your description. In your description, you can play more with this description. You can see what other jewelry stores do and follow their example as well. Here you're saying meaningful animal jewelry handmade for you. View more. Okay, what I like from here is that you're using keywords that represent your brand. So for example, well, animal jewelry would be one, handmade. and meaningful. That's really good. And you also have a call to action. Could you maybe say here where you are selling from, or highlight also the social impact that
Yeah,
you have?
we do that. But the characters, that was like the maximum.
Yeah, I know that's also limited. Yeah, so you need to choose But what you can do is stay for a while with this description, and then change it to another one. Play with the keywords every now and then, and see what generates more traffic to your profile.
Okay.
Then in terms of well, videos, you seem to be having some consistency. I mean, at least visually. But this is something that I would need to look into more detail. Are you making this yourself?
Yeah,
Or
so
do you have a team?
I design it, then I work with a team that puts it all together, and then yeah, but at the back of the jewelry it has like positive messages from like you know, like in the Chinese culture, rabbits mean like good luck and success and all of that. So there's that story, and I've explained it well on my website, but in terms of like social media content.
Order an anti-anxiety.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's like TikTok is like noisy.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, sorry, tell me.
Yeah, so it's just about moving all of that. Basically, the jewelry is supposed to help you with like anxiety and stress, because it's like anxiety jewelry, and then also it has like the whole animals and like you know, the different stories and cultures, like the hare and the tortoise, and yeah, the lion and something else.
Okay. So there are a couple of things I wanted to share, and please, anyone else here, if you want to share your inputs as well. So you have an issue with the strategy, right? It feels that you're posting things that you're creating without a strategy.
Yeah.
So for a strategy, the first thing you need to do is to set up your goals. I mean, it's very basic. It may sound very basic, but you need to, what do you want to achieve through social media? Like, do you want to achieve a target, like for example, an increase in followers this year in a given period of time? And because this will help you then design the techniques to reach those goals under the strategy. So you need to set up your goals first, and then see what ways to achieve those goals. And so this would be number 2. And then number 3 would be how to measure the success of those goals. I think you can already get some insights from TikTok insights. For example, from what I see, okay, quickly, is the number of views. There's a huge difference between like these 2 videos and the other posts. And I don't know if this can have something to do with the title you gave here, for example.
Order an
Here, you're talking about anxiety, rabbit jewelry. And I think here you're talking about, well, I got your back. It's also related to some kind of like mental support, right? Here, in this case, you don't. It's more about exquisite. Maybe it's not the type. It doesn't seem to be the type of keywords that your followers are looking for. So I would take one learning from here, and it's the type of, so the audience that you have is liking the fact that your company is selling supportive jewelry, you know, like mental supporting jewelry. And these are the type of keywords that you need to be looking into. Of course, then build a plan on content. For example, every 2 days, I'm going to share a video, or every 3 days, you know, I'll do a live, or I do, you know, you need to be consistent on the type of content that you want to share, and reflect your brand everywhere you can. So if, for instance, you're highlighting the handmade fact, you need to also talk about that in your content. Be consistent with all the messaging you share. You might also think about opening an Instagram account because of the audience you're targeting. In the UK, kind of young, but maybe not so young to be only TikTok users, also Instagram. I think this type of jewelry could also go towards an older audience as well.
Would you also recommend a podcast? Because I have like the different stories from around the world, and I was thinking about, you know, like elephants mean something and how that can help you with like anxiety or whatever. And then that goes back to, I don't know, somehow my product and buying it. I really like what Salma did with the whole pregnancy thing and like really focusing on issues. For my product, it really isn't, well, I guess anxiety is the issue, but, and
Yeah.
I have my mission, but I don't know, it just doesn't add up.
I think you're, well, nowadays it's getting more, it's easier to talk about mental health, right? More people, it's a topic that you can read anywhere, and especially on social media, people are trying to be more open about it, and that's amazing. And maybe it's a topic you should explore because you linked your jewelry to this. So why not creating even, you have your website, so also a blog. You have a blog. Okay. So yeah, exactly. You could think about doing a podcast episode with like specialists on, psychology, psychiatrists, therapists who talk about it could be, about any topic related to this, and then link it to the creation of a specific jewel that you are creating. Yeah, Salma, can you share with us a template for marketing strategy? Yeah, I can share that in the community later after our event. And then by marketing, you mean promotion, online promotion, because, or also like price, distribution, and place. I guess it's only digital marketing, right?
Sorry, Chris, I mean, how to put our strategy for 1 month, how to publish, where to publish also, something like this, please.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll look for some resources and share that with you in the community.
Thank you so much.
That works, okay. Cool. Shadrach, so you're saying you could use models and social media influencers who are open about their mental health struggles. Yeah, that's great. In fact, you can also ask your audience to generate content for you. That in marketing, technically it's called user-generated content. And you ask the audience to share something, like, I don't know, an experience they've had, and you're creating jewels with animals. So like how animals have helped them survive, any mental crisis. That's something that people can create and tag you and reshare you. And this will help the algorithm behind each platform boost your visibility. Cool. Okay. Anyone else wants to share your any social media presence, and we can optimize it a bit? Because what I wanted to show you is well, different tips to optimize Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn channels, and also Google Business Profile. So if you want, we can see one of these profiles from you. So feel free to share it here in the chat. So, I mean, I can also pick like one of you who clicked on we can see Nashwin's Nashwin's Facebook page. Let's see. Nashwin. Can you share your Nashwin? Yeah.
Let me just share the page quickly. Hold on.
Yeah, better. Because yeah, I'm just logged out in this browser. But... Okay, beautiful. Wow, this is amazing. 150K followers. How did you manage to grow it that much? Can you tell us a bit what you've learned on the way?
Yes. So Facebook keeps on changing their offerings, so we're a bit confused right now. Initially, I think we started to boost our pages in 2015. That's when we started being very active, and in 2016 we had our e-commerce platform. So we started integrating our products in the website, and we kind of create content twice a year. That's around the festivities where fashion sells the most for us. And once we started doing our product photo shoots, we started to like post more product shoots and then boost them on Facebook and cross market it in Instagram as well. So that kind of generated a lot of likes. So a lot of boosting, like not too much. We would, in a whole year, we would probably have a budget of $1,000 or $2,000, depending on our sales. So that's how, but the Instagram was all organic. So we are at 7,000. But the challenges we are facing right now with Facebook is that we have target audiences for likes or engagement, but it's not going to the people that we are targeting. It when we do a geographical location, it's because we are a premium brand, but the traffic is going towards people who are not interested in premium brands. So not too many comments. At one point, we introduced during COVID a chatbot on Messenger. That also was a setback. It was going to a different clientele, and they were getting frustrated. So at the moment with Facebook and Instagram, our two of our challenges are maybe we have a lot of likes, but it's not conversion rates. Even though we are seeing gradual conversion rates, it's not going to the right target audience.
Okay. And have you, because you mentioned that on Instagram it's just organic traffic, you've not thought about doing ads there so that you target the audience you want to target?
Just started exploring Instagram independently, not through Facebook, but no, we haven't had any like strategies yet. But today's talk was very helpful. The links that you have given yesterday, I was also in the webinar. So I guess setting the goals and objectives, starting from that, we'll start creating a proper strategy for one.
Yeah, I mean, what I like about you is that you analyzed. You took into account when your sales were being done in the example you gave of Facebook, and then you're creating content around those moments of the year to build this excitement or this awareness, and then use this biggest peak sales of the year to have everything ready. And that's part of your strategy, which I think worked a lot for Facebook. Have you seen in the insights whether you have, like, if the type of audience is very varied? Is it very different from between Facebook and Instagram?
Yes, yes, we are seeing that we are having more and more meaningful engagement on Instagram, especially when we are putting stories rather than the posts. So
Yeah.
when we, yeah, so people are messaging us directly after seeing a story. So
Yeah. Okay, that's because also the algorithm of well, people on Instagram prefer more videos each time. Now even when you go on Instagram, Instagram is testing this in different countries differently, but in some cases you will go and instead of seeing the feed wall, you will see the video wall directly. So the more videos you create on Instagram, the more, in general, the more visibility you will have. That's why Reels are the best, are the things that work the best on Instagram. Reels that create valuable content for the user, and then that translates into more engagement and stories as well. But congrats! I guess it's not easy to do this. How many people are you employing in your farm?
so we do our own manufacturing. Pre-pandemic we were 100, but post-pandemic we shrank a bit. We're 30 people now. But to create the content, we have this freelance team that we've been working with, and they understand what we want. So so a videographer, a stylist, and a creative execution. So we have a team of 3. Yeah, and I give the concept and then we build on that, and we have a tight budget. It's not that we spend a lot
Yeah.
of money.
No, it's amazing. Congrats. Like I see also that Dan is saying that he's following you, because this is a great example to do your, I don't know, from a first insight, your content looks super consistent. The images are really good. You have Facebook shops embedded, which facilitates the buying. It's not working. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is beautiful photos from different perspectives.
So I think, Chris, while you're on that page, this actually answers one of the questions you asked earlier on around how to drive traffic to your website. So implementations such as a Facebook shop like this. So
Yeah.
I mean, this is great, Nashin.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then you also have here the call to action button, no, that Facebook provides you with to you like that, and it's so easy to get into the page that you go and buy it, right? So, oops, well.
So
we
we
have
are
this-
transitioning to a new website because we
Okay.
built this on WordPress, and it's not being able to take all the widgets and the loads that we have currently. So we are transitioning to a new one very soon. So
Okay.
we are facing some problems.
Okay. Well, I hope you solve that soon enough so that you don't lose potential buyers.
Yeah.
Maybe what you could do is, I don't know if you're working with an external developer or someone in your, yes. So maybe ask for the developer to create, a simple page that says, we'll be back soon, we're transitioning, something so that you don't lose the potential buyers.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thanks for sharing this. We also have the YouTube channel of Salma, which was she's working for the maternity business. She talked about. Okay, Salma, you're based in Lebanon, is it?
Yes, I'm in Lebanon.
Oh, yeah, Lebanon.
Yeah, yes, my workshop even here.
Okay,
I
and this is
manufacture
your
all my product.
amazing. A lot of work, huh? And
Yes.
so this is your only online social media, or you have another?
No. This for my podcast. Can you see the playlist, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, this is really good. It's well organized. How do you? Let me see. Also, the podcasts are in Arabic or in
Yeah.
in Arabic. Okay. Yeah, maybe what you can do here, because you need to make a good use of the description space you have.
Yeah.
And add also always a link, always add a call to action to make the visitor, the potential buyer, do an action that you want. It could be visit your website. It could be send me a message if you want to learn more. Like add a call to action to ask something from the user, and add the link to your store here as well.
Even here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Even here. Then I mean, what you can do here, well, you already have the description, and yeah, maybe you can tell a bit more about the story behind. I guess the kind of business that you have is really meaningful for women. It has some kind of story there, so put it here.
Okay.
Like differentiate yourself as well.
Okay.
It's good that you have something here clear, but so you're selling maternity wear, yes, for pregnant women and so on, but how do you differentiate from other people?
Okay.
Make it unique.
Yes, we have our own model, our own product. We customize. We did many things.
Yeah, I guess so. But also think about storytelling. Think about someone who comes here and doesn't want to read a lot of technical details. You want to learn the story. You want to say, okay, I'm buying from this person because it will make me feel different because of this reason, or because they're doing this social impact and I want to participate and be part of that social impact. So people now want to buy from brands that make a difference.
Okay.
So yeah, and Crystal, I love that you shared this resource. I love it. Answer the Public. This is really good for content creation. So let me show you. It has a really nice chart. So Answer the Public was a tool that Neil Patel bought a few years ago. Neil Patel is an expert on SEO, and he has really good tools and also case studies and a blog that's super good to if you want to learn more about optimization of website, but other channels and stores. And here you can put a topic. So for example, we can put pregnancy. Well, how did you maternity wear? Sorry.
Maternity, yes.
Maternity wear. Okay, in Lebanon. Let's do it in English. And this tool will provide you with different topics that people are exploring. Yeah, here it is. Based on when, who, what, and how people look for this. So for instance, in Google searches, where did it go? Yeah. So in Google searches, this is what people are looking for the most. So for instance, they are looking at maternity wear with zip. And this will not only give you ideas for content, it's also ideas for production.
Yeah, this for breastfeeding. They use it after the delivery. Yes, for breastfeeding.
Yeah, so for instance, this can give you ideas on what people are looking for and what you can produce next. You can innovate, diversify. But in what we are talking today, which is digital presence, this gives you ideas of keywords that you can put in your social media channels to optimize them. So imagine here, people are looking for maternity wear to work. This is a topic that you could explore in your podcast, for example, if you decide to create one. Sorry, in your case, you have one. So this is something that you could discuss, like, okay, let's talk about maternity at workplace. What has been done in Lebanon? What has been done in other cultures? How can we, improve this? Or, for example, this maternity wear for photo shoot. maybe you can create a line of garments that is ready for photo shooting. For
Yeah, I have.
amazing. So
Mm.
yeah, this, this is something that you can explore and use. It's super, super useful. So thanks, Crystal, for sharing this.
Thank you.
And also this is, yeah, I was gonna say for Crystal, I mean, yourself, you were saying that you need to work on your strategy as well. This is something that you can explore. I guess you've done it before, but it will help you work towards that strategy and compare here the search volume of that keyword and the cost per click, also in case you want to do as well paid advertisement. Cool. Okay, anyone wants to comment anything else or any question, anything you want to share? Chadi shared also Google Trends. Yes, Google Trends is also a good tool, but I personally prefer this one because it goes a bit deeper than Google Trends. But Google Trends gives you a first overview of what's trendy on Google, no? What people are looking for. However, this one gives you more ideas. And again, Neil Patel, he's the king of SEO, so you can learn a lot from him here. Okay, great. So thanks a lot, everyone. We have to close the session today, but the last thing I wanted to share is well, especially in the case of it was Grace. Grace, you mentioned you don't have online presence. We have a course on ecomconnect.org that will guide you through all the different elements that you should have in your online presence. So I suggest you take that course in the community. It's very easy to access. You just have to click on in the community, go to learn, and then you'll have access to the training course for free. So please feel free to explore this and improve your online visibility. And again, if you have any questions, ask them in the community. We are there to support with anything, really. If you want us to give you feedback on your social media presence or any, like your website, marketplace, let us know. On your branding, we're there to help. On any logistic strategy you are thinking about, we are there to provide feedback. So, well, this said, thanks a lot for thanks, Dan, for sharing the course. Thanks a lot for being here, for being so proactive in this session, so engaging, and see you in a couple of months in the next e-commerce clinic. Thank you so much. And oh wait, last but